Welcome back, drivers. It's Tandra from TSL Logistics. This is one that affects your time, your money, and definitely your stress level. So I book a load for a carrier, as usual, and I ask the broker about driver assist, whether there is any. The broker says there's none. I say okay. Everything looks good on paper. And then the driver gets to the shipper. And the shipper tells the driver that they do not load box trucks with forklifts for safety reasons. So now we go from a load that has no driver assist to a load where the driver has to manually load his own trailer using his liftgate in his pallet jack. So, that changes everything. The time changes, the effort changes, the hours of service changes, and the risk of burnout and frustration definitely goes up. Now, this is the most important part of this entire story. The moment something changes at the shipper, stop. Do not start loading. You do not touch the freight. And don't try to be helpful, not just yet. You want to pause. Because the second you start loading, you've accepted the new terms for the same pay. If you use a dispatcher, in this situation, call your dispatcher right away. And if you self-dispatch, at this point, like I said, stop and call the broker right away and update them about the changes. The conversation should be simple and always professional. Tell them that when you initially booked the load, that there was no driver assist needed or required, and that has changed, and that because of that, you are going to need driver assistance pay in order to move forward. Now, I've worked with some drivers before that don't want to do things like that. They say, "Oh, I'll just load and we'll just keep it moving," and never do that. Never undervalue yourself, especially in a market that is already really tight and condensed. The broker can afford to pay you more, especially when you're actually doing more. So you have two options. Number one, you can just negotiate or have your dispatcher negotiate a flat rate for this driver assist, or you can negotiate an hourly rate for the driver assist, whatever works best for you. And do not load anything until that new rate confirmation is sent. Don't accept a text, don't accept a verbal word saying, "Oh, we're going to take care of that." And this truly does matter because driver assist eats at your hour of service. So if you spend 2 hours manually loading a trailer, that affects your next pickup, your delivery appointment, and your entire week if you're pre-booked with the freight. And that's where the stress is going to show up. So burnout doesn't just come from driving, it comes from unplanned friction as well, and from surprises, from doing extra work without clarity, and from feeling pressure to just get it done. That's why this is also a mental health conversation. Not being difficult by stopping, you're being professional. Clear boundaries reduce anxiety. Clear communication prevents resentment. And the truth is most brokers will work with you when you address it early and you address it cleanly. Remember, you're already at the shipper. They want to get the freight handled. So here's the takeaway. If the load changes, pause and get compensated before you load. That protects your time, it protects your energy, and it protects your peace. If you want more tools around stress management, decision fatigue, and protecting your mental health while you're on the road, click the link below. And please like, share, and subscribe. Stay safe, protect your peace, and keep the wheels turning.